Here is a great exercise for you to practice what you've learned so far. I want you to write a weight converter program like this. So this program is asking me my weight. I entered 170. Next, it is asking me if the weight is in kilograms or pounds. So I type K for kilograms and L for pounds. I can type a lowercase l or an uppercase L. It doesn't matter. So let's go with the lowercase l. Now, it tells me weight in kilograms is 76.5. So go ahead and spend 5 minutes on this exercise. You can use the comment box below to share your code with others. And when you're done, come back to see my solution. So first, we call our input function to ask for the first question, weight. We get the result and store it in a variable called weight. Next, we call the input function one more time to ask the second question, is this in kilograms or pounds? We get the result and store it in a variable called unit. So this is where we're going to use an if statement. So we want to check to see if the unit equals K. Then we should convert the weight to pounds and print it on the terminal. However, with this code, if I type a lowercase k, this condition is not going to be true, because earlier, as I told you, that Python is a case-sensitive language, so we need to convert the string to uppercase. Earlier I talked about string methods, so if we type dot, we can see all the functions or methods available in a string object, so we use the upper method, and this returns a new string in uppercase. Now, if this condition is true, first we need to convert the weight to pounds, so we declare a new variable called converted. Get the weight and divide it by 0.45, and then we can print this on the terminal. So we say weight in pound is, then we append converted. Now, to terminate this block, we press Shift and Tab, else colon, so if this condition is not true, that means the weight was entered in pounds, so we need to convert it to kilograms. Once again, we declare a variable converted and set it to weight times 0.45, and then we print weight in kilograms. And here we concentrate the string with converted. Alright, now we need to terminate this block, so we press enter, then shift and tab. Now, if we run this program, we're going to see an error. Let me show you. So let's run it. Here, I'm going to enter 170. Then I type a lowercase l. Here's an error. Can't multiply a sequence by a non-end of type float. So this is where we get the error. When we try to multiply the weight by 0.45, so that is line 7 in our code. Now, the reason this is happening is because the weight variable is stored in a string object, because earlier I told you the input function always returns a string. So here we need to convert the weight to number. We can either use the int or the float function. Let's run the program one more time. So 170 in pounds, here's the second error. We can only concatenate a string, not float to string, and that error occurred over here. Let me try to print the weight in kilogram, so look at line 7. In this case, weight is an integer. We are multiplying an integer by float, and the result of this operation is going to be a float. Now, on line 8, we're trying to concentrate or combine string with a float, and Python doesn't know how to execute this code. To solve this program, we need to convert this float to a string. So here, we use a built-in str function. Let's run the program and see what happens. So 170 in pounds, and here's my weight in kilograms. Now let's try entering a weight in kilograms. So run it one more time. Let's say 76 kilos. Here we get a familiar error. It can only concatenate a string to a string, not a float. So this error occurs on line 5, where we try to concatenate a string to a float. Again, we need to convert this to a string object. Now let's run the program one more time. 76 kilos is equal to 168 pounds.